Can we make it more entertaining than a quinceañera to meet together to strategize how to heal immigration law in order to gain liberty for immigrants without papers and visas for relatives longing to come here? Can the pursuit of freedom from forms, fees, trials, and years of waiting be as thrilling an adventure as a soccer game? I want to tell you a story about the past. I want to tell you a story from back in the old days when freedom was less interesting than a quinceañera. In the past, it was very easy to gather 200 Latinos for a quinceañera to come dance, drink, and celebrate, but very hard to gather 2 Latinos for a meeting about freedom. This was even true of Latinos who desperately wanted freedom for themselves, being undocumented, and for their families longing to come here from cruel lands where starvation and bullets are not the worst ways to die. Thousands at a time in every city of America would turn out once a week to watch their own children beat each other's brains out in a football field. They would even pay to get in and pay more to eat there, but not 1% of that number would turn out a fraction of that often to use their brains. Even when the meeting is free and the food is free, at least not in the past. Many excuses used to keep Latinos from setting themselves free from the mind-numbing, wallet-wringing machinations of half-conscious bureaucrats who take 6 years to check a page-long form. Excuses like, "Well, I trusted a politician once, but he didn't do what I promised, so I'm not gonna pay any more attention to politics." Or, "You just don't understand how much apathy everyone else has," which justifies my own apathy. Or, "I'm not a citizen, so I can't vote, so I have no voice." Or, "It is more important to save souls, so I spend my time posting Jesus pictures on Facebook." I used to have to respond, "What a dumb idea to trust a politician any more than you would trust a coyote who's holding your family hostage, but you had better deal with them if you want to see your family." Would you seriously rather party than try something that might save your family? Voting is one of the least of the ways Americans influence the government. The greatest influence ordinary people have is very early in campaigns by meeting, reasoning with, and helping candidates. And you don't have to be a citizen to do that. You don't even have to be an adult. Sometimes I got annoying. I would say, the first Christians were illegals. Their voice was illegal, yet they healed the empire. Did they have more resources than you? Would you actually rather spend your time posting Jesus pictures on Facebook than studying how to save the least of Jesus' brothers, Matthew 25, from hell on earth? And miss the victory party and the adventure leading up to it? If a mountain separates you from your family, you don't look at whether the resources you have are enough to move it, or if you should give up on your family. You study what resources you're going to have in order to move it. Fortunately, all these excuses are in the past. It was common knowledge among political activists that any movement that could attract as large numbers as a quinceañera would overwhelm politics and just about dictate whatever changes in laws that the crowds could agree on. But citizens were no more interested in freedom than Latinos. It takes tremendous organization to turn out that many, even once a year, for any cause. And no political cause can turn out much of a crowd 3 or 4 times a week, as is easily accomplished for quinceañeras, at least here in Des Moines. Even though citizens are 10 times more numerous, better educated, better connected, and better funded. Political activists have always known that if it were possible to get human beings as excited about freedom as they are about a ball game or a rock concert, the national debt would vanish. Politicians would be forced to be honest. ISIS would be in crisis. Republicans and Democrats would learn to reason with each other. Political discussion would more closely resemble a think tank than a battlefield. The divorce rate would drop as spouses experience how people can reason with each other even when they disagree. Ocean levels would drop. America would return to God. But none of that seemed remotely possible. Until now.